Varieties of tea? In order to reward you and Su Shang for your long hours of work, the
Dumplings and steamed buns!
The secretary asked me to prepare some refreshments.
Mr. President?
You'll forgive me for... I must admit I didn't expect to my disbelief. Even now it's... Go.
All remains as it did yesterday.
It never struck me.
Before I met Xiao Han, now I understand.
Palace of Astrum is up.
Let's do this.
Before we place our bid, this is the most having enough funding to...
Because of the crust,
It goes to show that the president conduct more and more shop. Let's go.
On behalf of the Skyfaring, I hereby ask all... Representatives of all parties, please be ready to brief the review committee on your business plans. By personal request of the committee, a discussion session will be added to allow all participants to raise and answer questions.
No. Usually you just submit your bid and wait for the result. But Madame Yukong wants us to have a proper debate to better understand each other's points.
Xiao Han, whenever you are ready, tell us about your plan for Aurum Alley.
Members of Aurum Alley Merchant Guild, I hope you're all keeping well. By utilizing the dock, the guild managed to repay outstanding rents and also raised sufficient funding to stand at the bidding.
We did much more than simply utilize the dock.
But you don't deny that the dock was vital to your operations, correct? Your partnership with...
wrong. None of it would have been possible without winning the hearts of local businesses.
Well said, Su Shang.
I think you understand my... By utilizing the dock, the guild managed to repay outstanding rents. The IPC seeks to unleash the full potential of the dock, taking full advantage of its role as a logistic... And that, honorable ladies and gentlemen, is the rejuvenation that everyone has been hoping for.
How can you be sure that everyone's vision aligns with yours?
I was using a figure of speech, but our vision of rejuvenation will benefit the majority.
Shouldn't you gather people's opinions first?
Do we have any proof?
And that, honorable ladies and gentlemen, is the rejuvenation that everyone has been hoping for.
The shops think otherwise.
According to the poll we conducted earlier with business owners, most of them have already partnered with the merchant.
Father has never been the shrewdest when it comes to business. In agreeing with your approach, those shops may risk missing the bigger picture.
Mingxi, please share with us what the guild has in mind.
As Xiao Han mentioned, the IPC sees the dock as the most valuable asset the alley has to offer. But for us, the local shops are what the guild serves the sole purpose of helping local...
Best night market on the La Fu? With the IPC's funding pouring in, hundreds of commercial centers will sprout.
Say what you want, but we care.
What makes you so determined to hold on to this idea of a food street?
Because people want it to retain its food street.
Do we have any proof?
Best night market on the La Fu? With the IPC's funding pouring in, hundreds of commercial centers.
Take a look at this.
I admit that the guild has made a fortune from the dock, but you should retract this. Best night market on the La Fu? With the IPC's funding pouring in, hundreds of commercial centers.
Take a look at this.
You can't just present something irrelevant and expect. I can't say what this has to do with our discussion. Best night market on the La Fu? With the IPC's funding pouring in, hundreds of commercial centers will sprout. Why would people come to Aurum Alley when they have so many other options? Nobody cares about that title and Aurum Alley needs to adapt and reimagine itself.
You are sacrificing its identity in exchange for a fancy
A brand so fancy that everyone will remember it. Wouldn't it be better for the alley to take on a new life and stay known forever? If it remains a market, I can assure you it will die.
You don't know that. I'm only concerned with what's best for the alley, here and now.
Aurum Alley needs to adapt and reimagine itself. The future that the IPC offers will ensure its name is known in the most remote corners of the galaxy.
Take a look at this.
You can't just present some. I can't say what this has to do with. Aurum Alley needs to adapt. Best night market on the La Fu? With the IPC's funding pouring in, hundreds of commercial centers will sprout. Why would people come to Aurum Alley?
When people think of Aurum Alley, they think about its food. The two notions can't be separated.
We organized a crossover between the Merchant Guild, and by sending out coupons and gifts, we attracted twice as many customers as we normally would.
The revival you envision, our approach protects the people who made the alley what it is today.
That concludes our discussion. We will inform all participants.
Sorry, I'd heard that Xiao Han had matured a lot since return. You're right. It really got me thinking. Even though it seems like... Sorry. You don't have to listen to me daydreaming.
Do you think the guild... It sure feels like it sometimes. Anyway, no point in
You're here. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, well,
You two have done a lot to help. Now that I've finally... The president and...
the same can be...
If that's true, and that's why... I plan to entrust the alley to you two. If you ever need any help, just ask.
That's right. If you wish to continue...
I hope I can come back with new...
A business consultant is here. Let's get to work. All is changed in the flow of time. The most important part of an Aurumaton is its head.